Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, oh my God, we got Linda in the house. Hey, Linda, Dr. Alicia. Who we got? Annette, Nicholas, Rayvon, Trina, um, Lashante. We got Oma Wumi. Excuse me for lover of Jesus. Angelique, and I am joined on LinkedIn Live with my sister Lori Smith and Linda Gray. If you want to come on up, raise your hand on LinkedIn Audio. I appreciate one of you helping me manage the comments on. We're not gonna be on. You're not gonna see us on LinkedIn Live either, but you'll be able to chat with us on LinkedIn Live. So we're doing both. Can you hear me okay, Linda? Would you give me a thumbs up? Welcome, Daryl, Liz, Ronika, Michael, Karen. Thank you all for joining. Can you all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. If anybody can hear me in the audience, please give me a thumbs up or some sort of reaction. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. You can't hear me?
I can hear you, Michelle.
Can you hear me on LinkedIn Live? I'm not.
Oh, well, I guess I
On
don't know what I guess that's what I'm on. I don't know what I'm
no,
on.
you are on LinkedIn.
I'm on
You're on LinkedIn
StreamYard.
Live,
Okay.
but I'm trying to say, hey Tanisha, can you hear me on LinkedIn audio? If you can, give me a thumbs up, give me a reaction or something. Can you hear me? No? No? Maybe? Let me send a message here. Hold on, man. Let me send them ask. Let me do comments. Uh can you hear me on coaches. Hey coach. Coach is asking to speak. Go ahead, allow. Coach, can you hear me on LinkedIn Live? Can you hear me on LinkedIn Audio? Okay. Hey, Linda, can you hear me? Can you all hear me? What is going on? I don't even know. Let me see. Let me see what somebody said here. Okay. Okay, so you can hear me. Thank you, Angela, because nobody on the stage is responding. So I'm wondering if I can. Coach, can you hear me? Welcome, everybody, to Demystifying Government Contracting. Thank you so much for joining. We are also doing LinkedIn Live simultaneously, which means you can join the chat on LinkedIn Live. That should show up on my portfolio, on my profile, saying that I'm live. And then if you were on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn Live, or Twitter, you should be able to see the screen that has Demystifying Government Contracting. And you will see Lori and I are on, but we're not on camera. Hey, Lori. Oh, you decided to join on the other side. Okay, girl, you on both. All right. All right. I see you. I see you. Lori going high tech. Okay. So I want to welcome everybody. You all probably know that for those of you, let me ask how many. Hey, Nicholas, how many of you are new to this space? This is the first time being here.
Yes.
Michelle, this is Lori. The LinkedIn Live crew cannot hear you because I
The
can't hear
LinkedIn,
you.
the LinkedIn Live folks can't hear me, or the
No, they
LinkedIn
cannot.
audio.
Because I'm on LinkedIn Live. Linda and Coach is talking to the crowd, but you got 20 listeners over there, but I don't think anyone can hear you.
I was thinking.
Okay.
And I wish I had
Got
this
it. Got it.
70
Let me
or
come.
60
I'm gonna
years ago,
leave
whatever.
and see if it'll let me come back here.
God,
Okay.
this would be really good.
Hello, can you hear? Okay, so you can hear me on LinkedIn
I'm
Live,
actually working
but
through
not LinkedIn Audio.
contracts right now that I've got to execute before the month is out. My goodness, it's been a wild.
Great.
It is.
Time.
And
we
I'm excited, nervous.
Where's Lori Smith?
Lori's down there. I don't know how to bring Lori up.
How to bring her up either. Then
I think Michelle's the one that can bring people up.
Yeah, let me name some of the
people. Hold on, just a minute. Thank you all for joining. Don't leave us. We're having a few technical difficulties. Can you hear me now, y'all? Can you hear me now? Wow. Can you hear me? Oh, so you can. Good copy. Okay, so the LinkedIn Live folks can hear me, but the LinkedIn audio people cannot hear me. So let's try. We're gonna try something. But anyway, I do want to say how many of you are new. If you're new, please put your. I want to thank you for joining. Put your questions. I need you to introduce yourself. I want to say welcome to you all. My name is Michelle Gardner-Ince, and I do want to say that it's my pleasure for. Let's see if I can go in. All right.
So, I think it's one thing, it's not.
I think I got it.
Really kind of get your mind wrapped around it. Poof.
Okay.
It's a whole nother. So I like the title. I'm trying to figure it out. God, I want to say something.
All right, be good, Coach. Be good. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, okay. Hey. I was gonna say be good. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Is I want our crowd to join us, our audience to join us today.
Yes.
And tell us the things they're trying to figure out. And what I know and believe these amazing people on the audience can help them figure it out.
Yes. No, it's funny you mentioned it because I'm starting to put those questions out. Actually what you want to know. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so it's so funny that title came up. I'm like, oh my goodness, the irony.
Yeah. Well, I see we got Tara on the stage. Anybody else want to come on up? And so, Coach, I'm gonna let you go ahead and lead off, but let me just do a little bit of odd man remarks, and then I'm gonna let you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you take it away. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me because I had a few technical difficulties.
Oh. No, you sound good right now. You sound good.
Beautiful. Well, welcome Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, as well as Twitter. I'm Michelle Gardner-Ince, host of Demystifying Government Contracting. We're over a year old. We might be new to Facebook, new to YouTube, and new to Twitter, but we've been here in LinkedIn audio for more than a year. And it's my pleasure. I was a beta tester on this platform as a 27-year Air Force veteran who's never been without a military ID card. When I got the opportunity to test this space, I said, I'm going to use it to help my fellow veterans and others in the underserved communities understand government contracting better in a safe environment, non-judgmental, totally not traditional, more in a conversational way. And then I just jumped out there because for those of you who don't know me, I believe in start ugly and get pretty. So I do want to ask how many of you are new or this is your first time? Please give me a reaction. If you've not been in LinkedIn audio before, you can, those reaction buttons down there will allow you to give a smiley face. It will allow you to say thumbs up, cry, love it. I'm dying laughing. And on the left side of your screen or your phone is the button to raise your hand. So please forgive me if I said raise your hand, but we would love to have you come on up because this session is all about I'm trying to figure it out. We want to hear, what are you trying to figure out? I do want to say that while I am an employee of the Department of Veteran Affairs 9 to 5, everything that is said here, the views and the opinions are that of my own and the viewers and the speakers. But what I can tell you is the caliber of people we have on this stage. It's a pretty good chance that we may know a little something. And what I love about these folks is when I started this space, they just came in and found their spot. And so as a result, we've got what I believe is one of a very unique space that gives you a 360-degree view of government contracting. We've got Lori Smith, who is on the LinkedIn live side. I don't know if is she in the audience? I don't know if we got her, but
She was.
yeah. But now she's on LinkedIn. I see her on LinkedIn live with me. And I do want to welcome our LinkedIn Live folks. The beauty that you all have is that you can basically type your comments in and, get some visibility on your business and what you're trying to do. We want to ask you to put in, put your name, of your company, all of that kind of stuff out there, and just name, location, your product or service, and that way I'll flash it on the screen, because you never know who might be looking for you. I know they are looking for you, and so while on the LinkedIn audio side, you get to raise your hand and speak directly. So you can still put your information in the chat on the LinkedIn live side, but you get to speak on the LinkedIn audio side. And if you say, how can I find the LinkedIn audio side? Well, if you follow me on LinkedIn, I'm Gardner-Ince for those of you who might be on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. You can come over and you'll see me live. You'll see that I'm live, or you can click on my profile and find events. But before I get, I see somebody say it's important for individuals. Let's see what okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Rayvon. So we got people on both sides. Lori's over on the LinkedIn live side. Looks like she's monitoring the chat. So I'm going to introduce Lori first. Lori is my Air Force sister in service, retired senior leader in contracting career field, has a tremendous background in contracting, both in the military, and then came over to the Department of Veteran Affairs, where she was a director at the Strategic Acquisition Center, where she was responsible for ensuring veterans got care when they can't get care at a veterans hospital, that the contracts and the payments and the service was seamless for veterans who were seeking care in the community. She is also has her own business, but she is also responsible for an inaugural cohort with management concepts, specifically focused on teaching contracting officers how to grow and I should say grow and develop their career by providing them just in time real information from someone who has been in the trenches. The last but not least, I want to say that Lori was responsible for the Fort Belvoir Hospital contract. It's a huge, major military hospital in Virginia. So welcome, Lori. I want to thank you for being here. Next, I'm going to do... Oh, you're welcome, hon. Next, I want to welcome Miss Linda Gray. I want to call you doctor. I don't know if maybe you're working on your doctorate, but Miss Linda Gray, who is our SCORE nonprofit mentor. She has been serving nonprofits and helping them scale and grow and get set up for years, for more than 25 years. She continues to make an impact in her community by helping those who are seeking to serve their communities, by helping them not only get established, but also connecting to corporate partners that may help them have a wider and greater impact. I'm so honored, Miss Linda, that you would be here with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. And I can say, yes, I have an honorary doctorate in Christian leadership since 2015. And thank you, Michelle, for really introducing me. And definitely to the audience here, I am so excited. As Michelle says, I am a nonprofit expert. That's what I am. That's my love. That's my passion. I have my own business. It's called Corporate Connections. And this is what we do. We provide technical assistance to nonprofit organizations, as well as partnering and helping coordinate public-private partnerships. Coach there that's in the room, I'm going to be one of his guests, and
wow,
and he'll talk about that. I'm so excited about that, being on Coach platform this time.
Oh,
I am
what a delight you got.
I'm a certified business mentor with SCORE. SCORE is a national association that's funded by the SBA. That what we do through volunteers, we provide mentoring, one-on-one sessions. We offer workshops. We also help you with tools, financial tools, and business startup tools to help you start your business, expand your business, or even be an effective employee and head of a division in your business. And been involved in a lot of projects on the national level. My greatest impact was I was awarded the President of the United States, the Volunteer Award.
Wow.
Yes, that was just recently. Just back in November. Just now having the opportunity to really express myself. But anyway, I'm glad I'm back.
I'm glad I'm back.
I'm glad you saved my spot. And so I'm going to sit back,
of course,
and enjoy the individuals that are here and how we can better serve. So thank you.
No, thank you. Shenell, I'm gonna do a quick intro of you, and if you would do a quick intro of yourself, of anything that I've forgotten, because we're at 7:18 because of my 19 because of my technical difficulties, and I do want to leave time for us to talk to folks who are trying to figure it out. So if you're trying to figure it out, you know somebody who's trying to figure it out, either put your questions in the chat on the LinkedIn Live, Facebook, or YouTube. And then also, for our speakers, I put your name on LinkedIn Live, but I just realized if somebody's on YouTube or Facebook, they won't know how to catch you. So if you get a chance, go out there on LinkedIn Live and put your contact information, how folks can follow you, and in that way, both platforms will get an equal experience. So with that, I do want to welcome Perry, Blair, Adolfo, Thaddeus, Rayvon, Antoinette, Lakeisha, Christopher, and hey, is that Chris? Okay, Chris, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna let you stay down there, but I got much love. So if you are not following people in the room, before in front of you, on top of you, on the side, to the left, to the right, below you, please do that, because the fact that you are in this room, in this space, means that you are like-minded. So I do want to get to Shenell Glover, business advisor to, I call it, Silicon Valley, and definitely Metro LA and California. She has been with the federal government and had many capacities both on the federal and the contractor side. In every aspect, she has been tied to senior leaders. I call it senior procurement decision makers in the small business arena and in the financial arena. And guess what? She knows what she's talking about. And she is a wealth of resources, whether it be on, small business loans, grants, business development. She has done so much. And I want to thank you for joining us. And then I'm going to go ahead, because it's 7:21. I'm going to jump in and introduce our one of our few good men, him and Dr. Davis. They're surrounded by women and comfortable with it. Coach Sean Austin of Austin Business Solutions, aka I want to say Bank Ready, who is all about building a bridge between your business and the bank, between your business and the profit, between your business and getting certified to increase your opportunities. He's got a wealth of knowledge, not only in the local Houston arena, but also in providing, I would say, education and exposure in the small business arena, especially there in Houston and beyond, and with the educational institutions there in Texas. But he has widespread influence because he's a man of, I want to say, relationships. And some people say, oh, you don't need that to get a contract. Okay, keep thinking that. You can probably get one or two, but I don't know many people getting multiple contracts and have their business sustained without the power and understanding the importance of relationship. And there's a strategy to it. So with that, I want to go ahead and ask Tara, in the interest of time, please tell us what you're trying to figure out, and then let's see what we can do. And those of you, if you're trying to figure out something on LinkedIn Live, please, please, please go ahead and put it in the comments, and we're going to get the question before our folks, our amazing experts. Tara?
Hello, oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, Tara, you good?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, evening. First of all, thank you guys for this platform. This is amazing. So thank you so much. I am trying to figure out, as I am a reseller of products, and so I've been in the private sector and now in this government space for a little bit less than a year now. I'm trying to figure out how it is when you have a solicitation or a bid and you have a particular product and you contact the manufacturer. It's an example, Zoil or Philips, and they won't sell to you because they deal with the government as well, but we have a DBE or MBE. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, how do you get around that? Is that something that they can do? Because my understanding is they are prime under the SBA.gov and under U.S. spending, but they're not allowing us to purchase from them because they do government contracting as well. So I'm just trying to figure that piece out.
Hey, Lori, I know you're on LinkedIn Live.
Sometimes they have preferred vendors on their list, and it's just like any agency. I mean, any times, sometimes they have preferred vendors that you got to work with. They won't sell to you directly, so you got to go through their preferred vendor list. And a lot of times you just got to think outside of the box sometimes and, find another distributor until you get your name for yourself.
Right. I've done that. I've done that as well, but you can't even get the list. It's like pulling teeth.
Did you see if they were part of the Minority Supplier Council?
Now that I have not done.
Here's my hack with that. Getting certified is, again, it's one of those misnomers where, should we be certified? Should we not? I'm heavy in Texas, but we're all over the nation. And one of the easier quote unquote hacks is going through the front door like you're going to, you'll always be met with resistance. So what Travis is saying is right, being a preferred vendor, but one of those preferred vendor lists is being either in their incubator or being certified with the Minority Supply Development Council. If they are, like a lot of Fortune companies are, members of the council, now you're in that door, which is kind of the side bay door, which is much more wide open. They have programs that they'll teach you how to work with them as an MBE, and that's really the only door that opens. If you go through the front door, hey, I'm an MBE, let me, sell to you. It's like, no, that's not how we do it because they don't speak the language there. But go around that route. I've seen a lot of clients, we're working with a few right now, who are getting great access that way. So that's kind of the quote unquote MBE route just one example that could work. I know Shenell probably has a few examples as well.
And Lori as well.
Well, actually, what I want.
Hold on. Can we ask Lori as a contracting officer?
That's what I was about to say. I was going to say,
she's on the other. No, she's on LinkedIn Live, Shenell. So let's just let her talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So for a lot of major companies such as Philips as well as others, they do business directly with the government. Can you all hear me? So all of them may not have, and so they're doing business with the government has nothing to do with anyone's social economic status and or anyone being an MBE or anything of that nature. There are a lot of major manufacturers that do business directly with the government, and and if they are doing business with the government, they likely do not have authorized distributors for their brand and or company. So what you are trying to do is find an alternate source that may serve an equivalent, because in the supply component of area for any kind of contract actions, the government should be putting out or equal requirements unless they do a brand name justification to establish that they need a particular brand. But if they don't necessarily have to do business, they're not required to do business or establish distributorship. So if they do business directly with the government, they very well may not have anyone that they have as a distributor. And if they do have authorized distributors, Philips and any other company that would have an authorized distributor actually have that information posted on their site, public facing, and or they should have that information posted public facing. But all of them don't do distributorship, some of them do. And so what you have to do is find just a company or entity that is in the business and in the market of establishing distributorship with other vendors, because they don't have to if they're doing it directly. But there are a lot of companies that don't like doing business with the government, and they do have authorized distributors. And if they have authorized distributors, a lot of them do it from a regional perspective, whereas if they already have a distributor in a region for a specific geographical location, they're not typically going to establish a relationship with another distributor in that same region. So you have to know how they do business in order for you to establish relationship. But there's a few out there, but you would have to look for those businesses. But the government can't compel them to do a contract with you, and they're not obligated to do something with us because of our social economic status.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Hey, can we move to the next? Yeah, can we move to the next topic?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. We now have Renika, I think, is next. Renika, can you hear us?
Yep, I was coming off mute. I had my Bluetooth on.
Oh, no worries.
Coach John, and it's pronounced Veronica, but no worries. Listen, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Veronica?
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity, Michelle. Definitely long been a fan. Coach John was nagging me in the chat message about my profile photo. I think he can't see it because of the LinkedIn settings. But I, like you, have been on LinkedIn forever. I've been on here since 2007. So maybe not as long as you, but definitely was an early adopter.
I wasn't recently, as early as you. I should have been.
Right? 2007, that's crazy to think that this app has been around that long. But I recently just left Google. But prior to doing that, while I was there, I was on the team, and I led the effort to secure the $10 billion JWCC contract, actually the award, the IDIQs for $9 billion, since IBM didn't make it. But I got us invited, got us sponsored by DISA, wrote the 10,000-page RFP, and then we got the award announced December 7th of last year.
Well, congratulations. I'm like 10,000 pages. I'm just saying you deserve an award just for that.
Well, so that's why I'm here. So let's tap in and figure out how we can get some of us in this room, some of us that look like, each other, to be a part of doing some of that ancillary work that they won't be providing, those larger cloud service providers. So that's the space that I've operated in for a while in my own consulting firm since 2006, which is delivering enterprise applications. And then we pivoted around 2008 and 9 to cloud applications. But we need more people of color, more specifically, and more women of color in this space as leaders in cloud and cloud security. So
tell me what kind of NAICS, so you have the contract. Are you looking for people to team with, to to deliver the services, or help me understand what your ask is, because if it's about helping the community and providing more economic opportunities, speak, girl.
It is. That's exactly what it is, Tanisha. Exactly. Yeah. There's an initiative that I started a while back called 6-Figure Jobs in Tech, and it's exactly about economic prosperity alongside the UN Sustainable Development Goals, right? 4, 5, 8, and 10, whereby we get Black people and even more specifically women as well into high-paying 6-figure and up salary jobs, and this area has a shortage of us in that. So what I am looking for is twofold, right? So let's win some of those S&B contracts related to this work, the scope of work that these cloud service providers have been awarded, and then let's get more of us staffed on to this work. So we'll be doing 2 parts. One is the training to teach them the cloud applications and how they would provide, support services, and then be able to kind of expand that out and do a lot of the implementation and support thereafter. And because that's going to be forever ongoing as they go through their digital transformation.
And so if people were, so you're looking for businesses and those who want to be employed?
Yes.
Both.
Yep.
And what is the best way for them to contact you?
They can connect with me either on LinkedIn. All my contact information is on there.
Okay,
I just kind of filter out those people who are not serious.
Got you.
But yeah, all my contact information is there on the website.
Well, thank you so much for putting this in this space. And for those of you who may be interested in a teaming opportunity or an employment opportunity, please reach out. Do you have specific NAICS codes you are looking for?
Yeah, I could definitely share those.
Okay, if you would put them in the chat.
But it's going to be all the ones in computer software.
Okay.
And computer software support specifically.
Okay, great. And employment, are you looking for people with certifications?
Yeah, actually, if they have the certifications already in cloud and in cloud security, it's even better. Obviously, if they've worked in the government space like yourself, even sweeter. But if not, still come on. We know that there's just a shortage of talent in the space, and wanting to get them trained up and upskilled into this. And there's not really a degree requirement or anything like that. This is real skills-based training that we could teach folks who are just willing to learn.
Beautiful. All right, you heard it right here: LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Reach out to Ronika. That's Ronika. I gotta click on your profile to get. You don't even have your last name there. Ronika.
I do. Oh, it is on there. So Ronika Lewis.
Ronika Lewis.
But it's gonna be my first initial, R. Lewis at RLI Consulting Group.
Gotcha.
So RLI Consulting Group, all one word, .com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining and sharing that opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You're quite welcome.
Lucretia,
thank you,
you're welcome. Thank you. Lucretia, what are you trying to figure out today?
Okay, now, hi, hello.
What's up?
Hello, everybody. Thank you. I finally got to unmute. It is great to be back in the space. As you mentioned, my name is Lucretia Parker. I am a veteran, 28 years, and also my business is Parker Executive Consulting, LLC, with executive level, special assistants, high level, giving that space, right, of key leadership. My thing I'm trying to figure out is when you have a subcontractor that I was working with and they fail you, what's next? Like, is there anything, because it was my first subcontract, they failed me. I'm trying to figure out what's next. So it might be already answered.
You are the prime. You're the prime. I just want to bring context. You're the prime. and you're trying to understand, we're not going to mention no names because this is not, remember, I need to remind y'all, we're not just on LinkedIn audio where we're in the room. This is also on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, just know, and LinkedIn Live. So, we're not going to mention names, but if someone were to have that issue with a subcontractor, Lori, I'm going to ask you to answer, what would they do? Lori Smith?
I had problems coming off of mute. Lucretia, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Lucretia, what was the question again? Because you was breaking up on my end.
I was subcontractor. I was a subcontractor, and the primary failed me. What can I do? And what's the next step? Like that was my very first contract.
So you were a subcontractor, and you said the prime failed you?
Yes,
ma'am.
That's correct, Lord.
Yeah, well, and I am, because what I hear, so you was a subcontractor on a prime contractor, and you're saying that the prime contractor, in essence, more or less just terminated your relationship.
Yes.
Were you paid? Were you paid?
Well, yeah, and whatever your agreement is for that particular prime contractor, you need to make sure that he adhered to the agreement. The downside to these type contractual relationships, one, you need to know, hey, if he wants to terminate the relationship and he's indicated that he's doing it for cause, again, your recourse is resolving that issue with that particular prime contractor, because you do not have privy a contract with the government, because the government don't have the contract with you. They have the contract with the prime. So a lot of times, and that's why I also have often communicated, when we are partnering, when we are joining forces with various contractors, one, we need to vet the people that we're joining forces with, and then make sure that whatever agreement we have that is documented and it says what we expect in the four corners of that particular document, because prime contractors will create, some of them, not all of them, but there are occurrences where they will create a situation where they sever a relationship with you so that they can get more of the cut. And so they cannot, there should not be anything communicated to the government about you if y'all, one, didn't have an established subcontractor agreement where you were submitted in as a part of getting the award. Two, when the government write any kind of past performance on the prime, it'll be about the prime. They can't come and say, well, my sub didn't do anything, because to the government, you're potentially in essence should be invisible. So the onus is on them. So it really may be something just as a relationship between the two of you. But what you want to do is make sure, one, that he document the rationale for, severing the relationship. And then two, you have a rebuttal to it, making sure you advise them accordingly to make sure they do not go out and put out any kind of disparaging information as relates to your capabilities and things, because you didn't have a relationship with the government. So the government, in essence, potentially don't see you. So it's because you are a sub to them. And so when they do that, and when contractors do that, and I have personally experienced contractors doing this kind of thing, they will try to move that sub out of the way, because now they've gotten to a place of their own where they feel they can take on that responsibility in-house, and what they're just trying to do is just sever that relationship so they keep more of the profit and more of the money. And that's the bottom line. That's the nature of what they're doing. So it depends on the type of contract you have. If you want to share more with me offline, I can look at it, especially if it was a service type contract, and look at the clauses and see what kind of relationship you had. But it really is between the two of you, and not between you and the government. And the government should not receive any kind of information as relates to you, because you don't exist to the government, especially if they were a small vendor as well, and you were not part of an official subcontracting plan. And you're not a tier one type contract. So
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Lori. I'll reach out to you.
All right, then, thanks.
I think that's one of the things. It's good to be a sub, but at the same token, there are risks as much as there are rewards. Let me see. We talked to Tara. We talked to Ronica. We talked to Lucretia. Anybody else? If you're just joining, the topic today is I'm trying to figure it out. And if you got something you're trying to figure out, don't be shy. Raise your hand, come on to the stage. And if you are trying to figure it out and you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, please put your question in the comments. Let me see. I think Lori answered a question already. Somebody was talking about, anybody know how the process is, the certification, the service disabled veteran owned certification is going since moving to the SBA. And Lori says, as I understand it, it's been going quite well. This was Andrew that asked the question, and says they're processing applications relatively fast. They took the VA footprint and implemented it. Anybody else have something they're trying to figure out? Let me see. Anybody, if you got, raise your hand. If not, we have some time to go back to, I think, some topics that maybe a couple of the previous guests that came to the stage asked. And I think that the panel, I'm trying to silence my watch, wanted to jump in. So if there's some second comments you want to bring up based on those topics, please, now's the time. Thank you.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Shenell.
This is Shenell. Yes, I already messaged Tara, but if you want to work with the federal government and you're having trouble with, I know some of the vendors, they either have practices where they don't do business with other businesses that are competition, or they may have something in their contract that may prevent them from making you a part of their subcontracting plan. You can also do business with state and local, and most of the time it's much easier for you to do business with state and local governments. And you can reach out to their contracts officers. Most of the time they're going to be listed on the current and past solicitations, and then reach out to their small business offices. A lot of them are looking for minority vendors and disadvantaged vendors to do business with to meet some of the requirements of this administration. So sometimes even if you don't see an RFP, you can reach out to the CO at the state and local level responsible for the work under your next code, especially if they don't have any active solicitations, and the small business office or procurement department to see if there's any opportunities or any programs that they have. I work with a lot of them, and they're always looking for vendors, but sometimes they don't know how to get in touch with the populations that they want to serve.
Anybody else?
Well, this Lori, Tara, I did go out on Philips' website and pull up their distributors, and they do have distributors geographically. And so when you, so Respironics is the North America distributor, U.S. and in any other country that's not listed, Respironic is their distributor. So I don't know whether Respironic was the entity that you contacted directly for them, but if you go on their website and go over to their distributors, it'll show you who their POCs are, who's responsible for distributing their products on their behalf. Now, Respironics may have something in place where they will do business with subsequent distributors. So you may want to deal with Respironics if Philips products is a product that you want to provide.
Beautiful.
Hey, Di.
Yeah, go ahead, jump in.
There's another trick that I've utilized as well when it comes to those type of situations. We always talk about networking and relationships. One of the ways that I got by was partnering with a company who had no care in the world to sell products, but since they were in the tech field, they bought a lot of computers and stuff for their help desk, which gave them platinum status and whatnot with Microsoft and things of that nature. So if you could build that relationship up with, you can actually purchase these products through their name with their rep, and then you can resell it that way. So that's another trick.
Okay, great. Yeah.
One more thing, G.I.
Go ahead.
You can find resellers. Sometimes you can connect with resellers. I do agreements for larger businesses. Sometimes they just go through a reseller if they don't want to work with the government directly. So you can find some of them on gsaadvantage.gov. And this is for any service or product, gsaadvantage.gov. You can also go there and see the pricing of other companies' schedules. So when you're pricing, this is just for reference for everyone else. And then in addition, most of the larger companies and corporations, they have supplier diversity programs. You can go and register with the supplier diversity programs, and they're always looking for disadvantaged and underserved businesses to do business with. And sometimes they'll just reach out to you directly without a solicitation going out.
Yep, they even have a list too. Shenell, you brought up something earlier too. That was a really good.
Is it just me? I lost.
It went out a little bit.
Okay.
We lost her.
Okay.
Trying to find.
Okay, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The state of California reached out during the pandemic, and they said, we have this issue. We're trying to get more of our contracts out intentionally to minority businesses. And they said very specifically Black founders, Black small business owners. And they said, but, when we reached out with our list, all of them were out of business. All of their businesses were no longer, the phone numbers were out of service, and we haven't been able to reach them. So they were trying to figure out how could they connect with them. And I said, well, can you give us an example of the type of contracts that you're looking to connect with them for? Because while I was at Google, we created, and I led this initiative around creating a Black-owned business badge to identify Black-owned businesses more openly so people could spend money with them. They said, our largest contract annually is $1 billion. We'd like to get that contract out to a Black-owned business. And I said, what is this contract? And they said, take a wild guess. And I was trying to figure out what this was. And they said, it's actually for wildfire cleanup. Literally, once the wildfire has been put out, they literally just need someone to come and get the trees up, or sometimes it may spread to a building or do all of that cleanup. And they said the contract currently, we've just been issuing it annually to the same guy, and the same guy is not a Black person, and we like to get to a Black person. They said, in fact, this person is not even doing the work. We recently found out that he's been subbing this work out to undocumented illegal immigrants, and we know for certain he's not paying them the $1 billion. And so she said, in addition to this contract is increasing every year. So last year it was $1 billion. This year it'll be 1.5. Next year it'll be 2 billion. It's because of climate change. So I've been looking. This has been since 2020. She told me this. I've been looking for any small Black-owned business who, even I talked to several people. I'm like, would you even consider relocating? Because that was one of the requirements. They want to give it to not only just a Black-owned business, but a Black-owned business that obviously is homegrown. It's California. I didn't even live in the state, and he wasn't, a minority, and he was just getting this contract and just taking all this profit and not doing any of the work. So if anyone out there is in that space or interested in getting in that space, happy to connect you with the procurement leaders who issue out that contract, because they are still in search for some Black business owners to get that $1 billion contract out to.
It's so fun. We got clients we just talked today about the same thing, so we'll be calling you tomorrow.
So you guys go ahead. Go ahead and connect.
Go ahead and connect. Just really quickly, I just noticed that we have mutual contacts. Actually, I work with the Google Code Next team, Black in Tech team over there. Also, I'm the procurement advisor for the LA Area Chamber of Commerce.
Shenell,
so we would love to connect.
Shenell, please do that on the back end. We got speakers and we rolling up to 8 o'clock, please.
Oh, no, I just wanted her to accept my connection because you have to send her a message.
Okay, thank you. I want to make sure we leave time for people who are trying. Once we make the connection, we know the need is there. Do the coordination on the back end so that we can get more questions in. We got Hugh and we got Natia. Hey, Hugh. Hugh, can you unmute? If you haven't updated your,
okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, we're there now.
All right.
Thank you. I heard about that $1 billion contract there, so I was wanting to know, did they need any transportation? We specialize in transporting road construction materials such as clay, dirt, sand, debris, to and from rock quarries, landfills, and also we specialize in transporting agricultural materials from there. So when I heard the $1 billion,
will you connect with would you connect with Ronica? Do you see her? Yeah. She's 2 places up from you, and there may be opportunities with her or others in the room. Thank you. Do you have anything you're trying to figure out, or you're just pitching?
No, I'm trying to figure out several avenues here. You know, it's just been me on as far as the tech. I've been trying to connect with the money man to get back right there. I do want him to take a look at my financials, so and help me out there, so I can be ready when that time comes.
So you're talking about Coach?
So Mr. Austin.
Oh, okay, great. Bank ready.
Yes, right. Coach.
Beautiful.
Yes, I need that. You know, I'm also in pursuit of the import exporting. I got a meeting with the STEP program there, so to transport agricultural materials across the land to the ports. Mm-hmm. So I definitely has to get involved with Coach to get ready for all this right here. So beautiful. Well, I want to
thank you for putting it out there, letting folks know, because that's how it is. You know, if you put a need or hey, I've got an opportunity, it will come to you. And we thank you for joining us tonight. Natia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Natia. Nasha, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Nasha Ridges, Miss Ridges. Are you able to if you're not able to use your microphone, you may have to go out and update your LinkedIn app and then come back. We got about 6 minutes. I'm going to start keeping these to 1 hour. We got to tighten it up a little bit because I want us to be able to get and serve as many people as we can. And when we're now on other platforms like Facebook, and YouTube, and people go back and watch, I don't want it to be so long they won't watch till the end or won't listen to the end. So we're going to be going 7 to 8 p.m. We'll be back next week, same place, same time. So it's not like you have to get it in all right now. But we, this environment is so rich. And these amazing, generous folks on the stage who come here every week are doing it FREE, but their time is valuable, and I'm holding myself accountable to being much more respectful of that. So please forgive me if I'm a little bit more of a ombudswoman today, but I'm trying to bring it a little bit tighter, and I appreciate you all's patience and grace. So Dr. O, I can't pronounce your last
You got
name.
it right. That's it. That's what everybody calls me, Dr. O.
Welcome.
Hi, Ms. Michelle. So I'm going to be brief and be very respectful of time, as you have stated. Thank you once again for hosting this room, and thank you to Ms. Linda Gray who invited me in here. So I'm new to the contracting space. I've done a lot of work in setting up infrastructure in my business. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. So if there's anyone in the room in the space who can help me get started, I don't mind subbing under a major contractor just to get my feet in the door. Definitely looking to get myself into that space well established. Have a lot of value to offer. And so far we have several certifications, including the HUD certification. So if that sounds like something that could be valuable to you as an experienced contractor, I'd love to just jump in with you and see how I can work to get myself established as a government contractor. Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle, for the time. I'm done.
Thank you. Will you tell me again, Dr. O, what your I see your PhD, but what is your offering and your value proposition? What are your services?
Yes, ma'am. Procurement, supply chain, and also educational resources. Those are the areas that we would like to focus in.
And when you say educational resources, what does that mean?
Oh yeah, trainings, offering trainings, professional development, empowerment programs, contracts that allows us to work with school districts to develop specific curriculums for enrichment, or develop programs that can help with empowering for trade schooling or just job preparation.
Got it.
Several different areas within the educational field.
Got it. Well, you need to connect with Miss Tanisha. Is Miss Tanisha still here? Did she leave? She's the third. She's on the first row, third one from the left, or first one from the right, second one from the right. She's also in education. There could possibly be some connection there. Hey, Miss Sherry, how are you, lady? Good to see you, Sherry. I was just looking at our podcast interview from a couple of years ago this weekend. So I want to say welcome and good to see you. Hey, Lamont, as well. I want to thank again our experts, Dr. D, Dr. Davis, who and Coach Sean and Shenell and Lori and Miss Linda Gray. I'd like to give you all an opportunity to have a few closing words and some words of encouragement and or a resource that people can use when they're trying to figure it out. Go ahead.
I'll go.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Shenell. Right now, there's American Rescue Act money out there. American Rescue Plan Act monies are out there at each level of government in all the states. You can go and look up American Rescue Plan Act in your state and list your state, city, or county when you do your Google search, so you can find out where the funds are allocated. But I know for many of the municipalities, they're going to use the money on technical assistance and diversity programs, mostly catering to minority and disadvantaged small businesses. So they're going to be having grants and special programs, and the funding, most of the funding does not expire until December of next year. So I would be on the lookout consistently for the free programs that are out there that are paid for by the funding that's under a bill through the Biden administration to enhance and provide better access to capital and procurement opportunities for disadvantaged and minority businesses.
Thank you. Shenell is also always a wealth of resources and knowledge. Coach, do you have something?
Yeah, one little thing, Dr. O, you're in Dallas, right? So I shot you a back channel. I'm not sure if you ever attended the MSDC Business Expo that's going on actually next week. I won't make it because I've got a contract to speak at in Houston, but I've got a lot of colleagues that are in the Dallas area. I just sent you the link to it. Check it out. I would definitely attend because you've got public-private partnerships going on there. And for your professional services, it would be great to network because that is mainly what that event is for. So folks like Toyota, the Dallas Chambers, all your local municipalities are going to be there in one spot. So you can lick your chops in that room for sure. but you'll be able to see how. Yeah, so that's like the breast event. I was planning on going, but I have a contract that I have to speak on that same day. But that's a great place to be, great place to network, business cards, that whole bit. You don't have to be so capability statement kind of ready. Just go there and just see what's needed out there. Definitely, if we can chat ahead of time, just give you some headwinds. I know the room's going to end soon, but that is a great event.
Definitely back channel you, Coach. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
because for Dallas, DFW, and all the things that are going on in Arlington and that Dallas area, my goodness, have fun, enjoy. We'll talk soon, but yeah, that's a good thing for that area.
Wonderful, thank you. And I see you too, Ogo. Welcome back. Have missed you, haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. So we did Coach and Shenell, and I see Dr. D isn't with us. Linda Gray has moved to the audience. But if you do have a comment, or you want to circle back and engage with not only our panelists but each other, please do that. Lori, you have some words of encouragement on for our folks who are trying to figure it out before we close up?
Yes, continue to do your due diligence and research, and anything that a consultant or anyone else advise you, always verify. Make sure that we're telling you all the truth and we're giving you the information that you really need. And if you are not getting what you need from either coach or consultant, regardless of who it is, don't continue to give them your money. Just move on and find someone that will do it. But there are a lot of good free resources that are available to you. But ultimately, a consultant or expert can provide context to the information that you learn utilizing those free resources. So do your own studying. Don't just take someone's word for something. Verify the information and before you proceed and move out on it.
Great, thank you. So true. And I put on the screen, I'm going to read it. It's important for individuals to seek advice of qualified professionals in this area when making decisions. The views and the opinions expressed by our guests are that of their own. It is important for individuals to evaluate all information and make their own informed decisions. So thank you for reminding me of that. I think Coach has another nugget he wants to drop on y'all, and we're going to call it the cherry on top, and then we're going to close out, Coach.
Yeah, so I got caught up earlier. I was getting calls on the contracts we're working this week. So I would say for those of you, understand, please, that government and certain forms of corporate business speak a certain language. So when you say I provide a certain service, make sure you try your best to give it a PTAC Apex or an SBA score, or a consultant that's been in the industry long enough to make sure you can have that industry language translated. So when you walk into these rooms, you're saying what needs to be heard by the supplier, buyer that is procuring your services. Because you don't want to say your retail word, they don't understand what that means, and it's going to be a dead wall, and you get discouraged and not know how to interact. So that's one of the main things when building relationships. You want to be able to speak their language, dance their dance. So at least have some of that worked out to some extent before you walk into the room. These rooms like this are very valuable for that, and consultations with experts like ourselves can help you with that. But make note of that, highlight it, let me learn their language, let me learn how to dance their dance. That will help you in that process of understanding who is your target audience to go after in this broad space that we're in. So thank you, Gia, and thanks everyone for being here and for attending. These rooms are so powerful. Y'all don't underestimate this stuff, please. Thank y'all.
Can I ask you something, Coach? Can you provide a document? Because what you said is salient, right? Well, when I did the bid for the DoD, you're absolutely right. We had to talk missions. So we need to here's exactly what that language is. This is what that should translate in. An FAQ doc would be great for the space.
Yeah, we got about a 5-6 page doc we're building now for one of the classes that we're teaching, and it's going to be like a standard kind of SOP even. So to that point, yeah, we're kind of building that left side, right side brain language. Yes, so great point. I'm glad you echoed that. We are.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, then. Any more comments before we close out? All right, then. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks to our Facebook family, to our YouTube family, and to Twitter. I know that those platforms are new, but we've been here a minute on LinkedIn. I'm Michelle Gardner-Ince, top LinkedIn voice for the military veteran community. And I couldn't think of a better way to honor that very rare air. I think there's maybe 3,000, influencers or top voices in all of the LinkedIn platform. And I'm just honored that God would garner me with that opportunity. And as he says, to whom much is given, much is required. And so I'm so honored that you would take time to be in this space at this time. You could be anywhere doing anything, but you chose to be right here. I hope it won't be the last time. I hope you'll come back. I do want to say something that I say at the end of every session, because this is mission and ministry for me. I want to wish God's blessings on your business. May he enlarge your territory. May he increase your influence. May he blow up your opportunities and profit. May he keep you from evil and keep evil from you, because it's ugly out there. And last but not least, thank you so much, and God bless you. And I'm going to say good night.
Michelle, you're doing kingdom business. Thank you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you all for joining. And please come back and pass the word that this is a special space. You heard the opportunity. You heard people that needed that. And that's how this space works. We may be, I would say we may reap what we sow, but not where we may not reap where we sow. So just know that you'll be blessed by all that you do for not only your family, but the community at large. Continued blessings and good night. Good night, Lori. Good night, Coach. Good night, Shenell. Good night, Miss Linda. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.